welcome back to my creative chronic life, and today I am back with a planner chat for 2026. This is not an ecosystem because I've already done one of them. This is just a chat about what my plans are for 2026 and what I currently have in my stash. So I will just pick out the first one. Now, as you can see, this says 2025, and that's because I will be using a 2025 planner for 2026. I've been saving up for something really important, and I had a friend that was gifting these because she no longer needed it. I wasn't good for her, and I thought, well, why not? Because it would be great to save and not spend on planners, and at the same time just make use of something so it's not wasted. So she kindly gifted me this planner and this planner along with these planner stickers, so we'll talk about them in a moment. So my thought behind this process is, of course, this is a 2025 A5 Hobonichi cousin. So of course you've got like the 2025 stickers, you've got the 2024 and then the 2026. My intention is to print out, so what it will be 2026, 2025 and then 2027, or I may do it the opposite way around. It just seems silly otherwise. It's just to do the section here and then have the 2026 planner. We'll see, or maybe I might just scrap the previous and the next year planner and just have like a section where I can track birthdays or important things, something like that. So I just thought I would turn the light up because in the UK it is obviously darker weather. Now the months will stay the same here, but of course the days will change and they'll be different, but that's fine because I can just white out or Tipex out here or just make my own stickers and just cover them. So I'm really not worried about that at all. And then of course I've already whited out wherever I needed to, and majority of the time I use stickers, so I will be covering them up so it doesn't really matter about the days. Of course, for example, like let's say, I don't know, the first is on the Monday this year, then I'd have a whole strip which I'd have to cover up, but again I'm not really bothered. So that's what I'm planning on doing with that. And then we have this section here which is like the weekly section, and again I always use stickers to cover this up. And then this section here I usually just pop like some sort of deco or something that covers it. So for me it's perfect, like there's not a lot of change that I have to do. And then the back section here with the monthly sections, again I can white it out, which that's my plan, and I could always write over on the days that I'm rushing, but again I like to use stickers. So my plan is to either make myself a whole section that is this big so I can cover it up either with sticker paper or some form of design. So I was thinking, if I have a theme for this planner, which I do, and I'll share that with you soon, I thought I could cover it up with the coloured theme, and then whatever sticker kit I'm using I can write that over or just write it with a pen. So this is what my thoughts are. Now, as you know, I really find this irritating down here, and I understand why they do it and whatnot, and I know it's Hobonichi and I know there's the planners out there, but again, like I liked the one last year, I do like it this year. So I'm thinking that if I do decide to make stickers here, I can always put it down there. Or opposite side was, of course it'd be a lot of stickers throughout, is that I could just use washi tape, but I did find that this year's planner ended up being really bulky on some sections, so I'm either going to ignore it or I'm going to cover it, not quite sure. And then of course, like, that brings you all the way to the back of the book. Now this again doesn't matter, you've got the plain paper. Now she already kindly popped in these what are they called, yearly tabs, but in the post they got a bit stuck, so they're like turned upside down. But I do have some other ones because I used something similar last year from Stick With Kay, and even though the out where my planner goes is actually green on the outside, I'm thinking that maybe I could change them just for a pop of colour, because the cover's grey, or black, isn't it really? So that's my thought behind that. And then I was also sent these as well, which were the planner stickers. Again, I've never used anything like this before, nor do I know what they're for. So, like, for example, you've got the 2026 calendar, so I could just use them to cover it in. Oh, there's two. Okay. And then you've got planning overview. But this is for 2025. So if I wanted to, I could just white out here and then just change whatever date the first is going to be. I think the first is a Thursday, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a Thursday, so all I have to do is just write T and then F, etc. So that would maybe solve my problem. We do have two of the 2025 calendars, which I won't make use of, but I will give you a little trick that I do like to use. So obviously you've got the week section here where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would just cut that off the side, and then where it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all I do is I cut the little Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday into squares, and then let's say the first is on a Thursday, I just move it along. It's really easy to do, but it does mean like then maybe the Monday ends up on the other side. But again, that doesn't bother me because at least I'm making use of something rather than wasting something. So I might use that for that. This is what I have here, and then this is something that I wouldn't necessarily use, but because I've got them, I think I'm just going to pop them in the back of the planner, and maybe just do like a word a day, or possibly mark down what I'm grateful for, or something that I'm reading or targeting, because it's an easy fix and it doesn't matter if it doesn't look 100% pretty. It's okay as long as it's not going to waste. That's what I found. So that will be my main planner, and this planner, I think I'll be using it as a catch-all planner. So, for example, I think this will be my catch-all planner where I will use the monthly sections for not appointments, not hospital things. Either this is going to be my content planner, catch-all content planner for my website, for other things that I've got going on, or it's going to be my personal planner. I haven't decided yet, and the only reason is I'll show you in a moment, is because I have this 2025 and it's the horizontal volume 1 just scribble planner, and again this was from 2025, and I will be just covering it up. It's not a problem. I might even just stick these two pages together and forget that they're there. But again, like January, February, you can start the first from anywhere. So the first is the first, and it still will work beautifully in this planner, which is what I love. Of course, the weekends are blacked out, but it doesn't really matter. So I could always use that as something, a tracker of some sort. You've got your quarterly goals, a couple of pages here, and again, because it's pretty much blank, I thought it was brilliant for that reason. Now, I've already gone through and I whited out all of the, like, just as January 1st, this said 2025, I blacked it out. And then here with all the date dots, I don't know if you can see that far. Can you see the little squares that I've covered in? Barely. That's because I got this cream white out from Amazon. I'll list that below for you as well. So I've already gone through that, and then I was thinking, well, what else could I do? So these are just says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they had the little date in the corner. So I just writed out the dates in the corner. I went through. It was very lovely, relaxing weekend, and I just went through and I did it all. Very soothing. Now you do after the months have. Where's it gone? Let me just flip. You do have this section here that just has the days on there. So this says here 4th of April. So like April meaning the 4th month, and then it had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on it. Again, I whited it out. So this is ready to go pretty much. So if I wanted to, I could just add the in pen and be ready. So I wasn't sure if I wanted this to be my day-to-day catch-all planner because it's compact, it's small, and it means if I needed to, I could just pop it in my bag. So I'm working towards this being my everyday health / planner. I have so much going on this year, next year, so I think that might be good for that. And yes, it's only for 6 months, so in 6 months time, if I decide to change or purchase or whatnot, I can. We'll see. So along with that, I then purchased this Aura Estelle on a D-stash from my friend, and this just is a simple grade A6 companion Aura Estelle and Annie plans. It's just like a little grid notebook. There were some pages in that were decorated, and I just pulled them out. It's not the end of the world, it's okay. So I thought combined now I could pop both of these in there. So I could do trackers, health things, appointments, things like that. And then here I could do like journaling, notes on the go, that type of thing. And I could just pop this in my handbag, and you can have both in there. As you can see, it looks really pretty. You could use this as like a wallet as well and just take this on the go, just because it's getting harder and harder for me to remember things that go on in appointments, medications, schedules. The list is just endless, and I really need something more compact, and I think this is brilliant. And if I don't use it this year, let's say I decide no, not for me, I will just leave it for next year, because even though it just says 2025, I can get a sticker to cover that, so it's not really bothering. This can be used any time of the year, so if I don't actually use it and I finish this book, maybe I can just use this for the next 6 months. We'll see. So that's the other planner. And then I have this Rosy Life planner, which is so cute. Now, I purchased this last year, and it was the 2025. It's very, very similar to the Hobonichi planner, and I used this last year as my health planner, but I didn't actually get many months in. It's very similar, and it is dated for the last 6 months of 2025. So I thought if I wanted to, again, if I don't want to use the small one, I could use maybe this as a catch-all planner. I don't want too many planners because I've learned my lesson from this year. They've just gone to waste, and I'm very wary that I have lots of planner left over. So what I was thinking of, because this is 6 months left, this could be from June to December of next year, July to December of next year. And the one that I had for the beginning that I've only used a small chunk of, I could just start using that and maybe carry on using that for whatever I think I need it for. So that's also an option as well. But I do think that these two here will be my main two, whatever I decide. So contact planner, health, outside, everyday type of planner. And then I still really want this to be where I do my trackers, I do my meal plan, I do my daily medications, all the other stuff like I did last year. But it's just a matter of I need to find a better system. So I was thinking about designing myself like the daily systems. Maybe I don't need to use them as much unless I just want to mark down, like, for example, this is what my thought was. So you've got the monthly sections, which you'll be able to tell, and I can write down in here what I'm tracking, when medication is due, any appointments that I can then transfer from here to here. But then on this daily section, because I don't want it to be repetitive, maybe I can just do how I felt in the morning, or I could just do like journaling about me health wise, just to put it down on paper. And then the daily sections, which are pretty much blank, I can white out the days and just use them as like a weekly section. Because what I tried to do was I used a couple of weeks at the beginning of the month to do the trackers, and then the rest I'd split in half, expecting me to journal. I didn't journal. I didn't like it that way because it felt so daunting. So maybe journaling here, and then on these pages I can just use as trackers. But I'm definitely not going to use stickers as in kits or journaling kits, because I find that then, because I don't have enough, I don't carry on, or I've got to sit there and spend 3-4 days doing it each month. I think I'm going to design my own A5 page where you can just print it out, stick it on, and the tracker's already good to go. And then the colour that I want to use will just be the colour that I'll be using in, if that makes sense. I do have like a catch up with all my planners previously that I've shared, so if you want to watch that, you'll know what I mean. So they are my main 3-ish planners that I think I want to use. But of course I have my Filofax pocket ring planner, so I was debating if I want to use this or the ring planner. The ring planner is a little bit on the small side. This feels better for me, and if I really needed to just take a smaller handbag, I can just take the book and be gone and leave the rest of it at home. So I am leaning towards this, and then this planner as well. So maybe I want this to go with me all times everywhere, this to be a content planner, and this to be like a tracker / day-to-day list, routines, house cleaning, whatever I've got, whips that I've got going on, like dump planner maybe. So yeah, that's where I'm at currently at the moment. If you are stuck like I am and you have suggestions, or this has been helpful towards you, and you do want to do another like part 2 of what I actually decide, and then we will be doing setups with me. So how, if I do use this, what I'll be putting in here, what I'll be doing with this will probably come sooner, because I am doing a workshop with SWPC, which is setting up our 2026 planner. So this may come sooner, but also I'm very wary that I've got my advent calendars coming this year, so I want to hold off just a little bit, just to see what I've got in them planners. I don't want in them boxes solely, just because if I use what I've already got, then I see something else that's nice, I might feel like I've kind of, not done justice to myself. So probably end of December, maybe even the first week of January, I could do planners, one of these, 2 of these. This one will definitely come sooner, because we're due to do that either this month or the beginning of December, so this will come sooner. These 2 will decide, and I'll let you know about the stickers and what I decide. What I like to do in this one is on the half pages here, like the A5 section, I used to have a tracker for water, sleep, then I had a whole section for medication, and the other page I had cleaning, if I was due on my period, if I had a task to do, little things like the ovulation. And it was just getting a little bit too much. I love using the sticker kits, and a perfect one is the Little Bloom papery journal mix and match stickers, perfect for that. But what it meant was that if I didn't order it in time, I didn't have enough. So for the seasons or whatever, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself, and then I just fell off the wagon. So I think definitely for me, I want something that's going to be compact. And then if I do have the time, I can always use the sticker kit at a later date or sometimes in between. But I want something that on them busy days, I've already got a stack ready to go. I've printed them, put them on sticker paper, cut them down, and then I'm like, okay, I've got 10 minutes, stick the stickers down for the next couple of weeks, and I'm good to go. So it keeps me accountable, and also that I'm not then relying on an outer excuse, because in the end it becomes excuses and then I'm just letting myself down, and I don't want to do that next year. So we'll see, either it will be just 2 or 3, but definitely 2. I know that for sure, but not sure if it's this 2 and the Filofax or this one. I do also have a ring planner which I did printables and things myself. I cut them out. I loved it, but I had so much going on, I was like, no. So that is at the side at the moment, and I'm thinking once I've used what I've got at home, next year I can then use the ring planner. I'm not putting pressure on myself to purchase. Even if I like a planner so much and I like a system, there's always a way to kind of balance that out. I have some journals, I have some ring planners, I've got another couple of Aura style A5 wides. I am going to be selling them, and I just think, you know what, I'm not using them. One of them I use for like an ink swatch thing, B6 size. I'm going to keep that, but my A5 wide, I'm definitely going to let that go. So if you're interested in purchasing a A5 wide white Aura Estelle with silver details on there, let me know in the comments box below, because I'll be popping that up soon enough, maybe probably by the time you see this video. But I'll try and hold off, so that if you are interested in the ring planner and you are wanting something at a cheaper price, then you can let me know, because I'd rather it would go to a good home and somebody make use of it than it's sitting on my shelf. And again, I purchased it from a de-stash too, so I like the idea that, you know, de-stashes mean that I might not love it, I might not like it, but again, it goes to a good home and somebody who will enjoy it will get to use it and is able to. I also love this Rosy Life Planner, what's it called, canvas bag. I think it's so pretty. When I'm done with it, I don't know what I'll use it for, but something or the other. I think it's just so cute. So yeah, so that is my 2026 planner chat. What my options are, what my thoughts are, what I'm planning on doing, and where I am currently at. And then you will see along the way what I actually decide to do, and then at the end of January we'll come back and sit down, and I want to do them every month where I'm accountable. So I sit down and let you know what I've done, what I haven't done, what I've liked, what I've changed, what I'm keeping, because I didn't do that this year. And I think not having a space where I then share to others, I'm not holding myself accountable. And I know this year has been super bad for us, but next year I want it to be that no matter what goes on in life, I am tracking, I am journaling, I am planning, because it makes me feel so much better and more like myself. There's not much I can control in my life with health conditions, autoimmune conditions, you know, situations that I can't control. But being able to write down on pen and paper is something I can, and it brings me so much joy, and I enjoy it so much. I mean, like at the moment, I'll just share that I also have my TN planner, which I've started using and I enjoy. So I have to also keep that in mind as well, that I have this, which is why I'm thinking that maybe one of them will have to stop temporarily. So if I use that, if I carry on using this, use this in 6 months time, keep that and keep that, it still means I've got 4 planners, which is way too much. I'll just quickly show you. I do have a full planner chart, flip through, etc. At the moment, this is what it looks like. I just use the Hobonichi Weeks kits from Josephine Bow Designs. I just mark down what I've got going on, just to kind of get me back into it. But of course, because they're just like little notebooks, and if I decide, you know, right, I'm done now and I want to just get back stuck, I can. And then when I'm ready, I will be able to use them. But at the moment, I'm just gonna see how I feel, write some pros and cons down, and then make a decision. If you have any questions, let me know them in the comment box below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do to receive notifications of upcoming videos. And of course, you can always go ahead and find me on my website at www.mycreativechroniclife.co.uk, where you can find all things My Creative Chronic Life. You can find my blog posts, my reading reviews, my short stories. Yes, I love to write as well. And then of course you can find digital freebies, you can follow my email issue, subscribe, just chat, send a message, reach out, watch videos from there. It's a nice cozy space to be. So yeah, well, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.